So 360. Put the thing. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. Hi. Good morning. I'm Deidre. I'll be the physician assistant that'll be doing your abdominal, musculoskeletal, and neuro exam today. Can I have your name and birthday for you?
Yes, Sydney Martin. Birthday is 5/21/1992.
Okay, and I'm just gonna look on your wristband to verify that. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, if you could, we're gonna start off with the abdominal exam. So I'm gonna have you lay back for me.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to lift up your brows. I have gloves on. Okay, so first I'm going to start off by inspecting the abdomen, looking if there's any scars, lesions, deformities, looking for the contour of the abdomen, and if the umbilicus is midline. I'm also looking for pulsations in the middle of your abdomen, over where your aorta should be. Next, I'm going to move on to auscultating with my diaphragm. It might be a little cold, okay? Okay, just listening to bowel sounds. And they were a little hyperactive. I'm also gonna, while I'm here, auscultate your aorta, your renal arteries, your iliac arteries, and your femoral arteries, listening for bruits, also using my diaphragm. Okay, iliac. Okay, and I would do the femoral arteries also. Next, I'm going to move on to palpating your abdomen. I'm going to start out with light touch. Oh, before I start, are you having any pain anywhere?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go a little deeper, okay? Maybe a little uncomfortable. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm just gonna take your arms and feel your brachial pulses. Making sure they're equal. And then your radial pulses. Making sure they're equal. And I feel for your lymph nodes, your trochlear lymph nodes. Okay, and same thing on this side. Just big.
No, sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to palpate your aorta, renal arteries, your iliac arteries, and then I will do your femoral arteries and wash my hands. Next, I'm going to move on to percussion. I'm going to percuss in 4 quadrants. Okay, now here tympani. And now I'm going to percuss your liver. So I'm going to start mid sternal, at the nipple line, and percuss down until I hear dullness. So I would start here. Okay, I hear dullness, and then I would start at the umbilicus, mid-sternal line up until I hear dullness. Okay, and that middle should be between 4 to 8 centimeters. I'm going to do the same on the lateral aspect mid-clavicular nipple line, I'll percuss down until I hear dullness. And then mid-clavicular umbilical line up until I hear dullness. Sorry, I'm gonna move my hand down. Okay, and the lateral aspect should be between 6 to 12 centimeters. Okay, and now I'm going to percuss your spleen. If you could just take a deep breath when I tell you to take a deep breath. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay. After percussing the spleen, I'm going to move on to palpating your liver. I'm going to do the hook method. So, if I could have you take a deep breath for me and let go. Okay, great. And then I'm going to palpate the spleen. Same thing. Take a deep breath for me. Okay, and then I'm going to palpate the kidneys. I'm sorry. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side with the kidneys. From now, I'm going to have you sit up. And I'm going to have you just turn slanted just a little bit. I'm going to check the CVA for tenderness. Let me know if it's tender, okay?
Okay. Nope.
Okay, great. All right, so that'll end our abdominal exam. Now we're going to move on to the musculoskeletal exam. I'm going to begin by inspecting your TMJ, looking for any swelling, asymmetry, deformities. I'm going to palpate with my hands, looking for any crepitus, any deformities or swelling. Could you open and close for me? Okay. I also, can you protrude your jaw out? So move your jaw out. Can you retract your jaw, pulling it in? And can you go laterally? Okay, great. From there, I'm going to move on to the C-spine. So I'm going to have you swivel to the other way. Yes. So the camera. Okay, I'm going to inspect your C-spine, looking for any swellings, deformities, abnormalities. I'm going to palpate for step balls. Is there any tenderness?
No.
Okay. Is there any tenderness?
No.
Okay, great. We did range of motion during the ENT exam. Now I'm gonna place my hand on the side of your face, and I want you to turn toward my hand. Okay, this way. Okay, great. Moving on, I'm gonna move on to your shoulders. I'm looking at your shoulders. I'm inspecting for any deformities, swelling, abnormalities. Everything looks good. No scars or lesions. I am going to palpate. I'm going to palpate and see if there's any tenderness. Is there tenderness?
No.
No. Okay. I'm gonna find your olecranon process. Just feeling that joint. Great. Do the same thing on this side. Any tenderness?
No.
Okay. You bring your arm back. Great. Okay. I'm just gonna have you follow a few of my instructions. Can you bring your arms out in front of you? Okay. Can you raise them above your head? Flex. Can you extend them behind your back? Okay. No, it's okay. And can you bring your arms at a 90-degree angle like this? Are you able to rotate them up? External rotation. Bring them back here. And then I want you to rotate them down and bring them behind your back. Okay, great. Are you able to, you might have to stand up for this. Yeah. Are you able to start with your hands by your shoulders? By your side. Bring them up. Bring them down. Okay, great. So starting over, can you bring your arms up against my hands forward? Okay. And keeping your arms up, can you bring them down? Great. Bring your arms back to that 90-degree angle. Can you push up against arms.
Mhm.
Can you push down?
Mhm.
Okay, great. Bring your arms by your side. Can you bring them in? Bring them down by your side, sorry.
Oh.
Adapt them, and then bring them up.
Mhm.
Great. Okay, that looks great. You can sit right back down. Moving on to the elbows. I'm looking at the elbows for any swelling, deformities, atrophy. Everything looks good. I'm going to palpate the medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, olecranon process. Everything looks great there. I already palpated your brachial pulses. They were bilaterally equal and bounding. Going back, your shoulders, they were a 5 out of 5 for movement, so they were good. And I just palpated them. Your medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, all in your Harmonium process, they look good. Are you able to bring your bend your elbows towards you, flex them, and now extend them?
Mhm.
Okay, great. Now I want you to do it against resistance. Bring them towards you, both at the same time. Okay, now push against me.
Mhm.
Great. Now with your hands up, palms up, can you turn your palms down
Mhm.
and then bring them back up? Great. Okay, so your elbows look good. I would say it's a 5 out of 5 for muscle tone as well. Moving on to your wrists, looking at them for deformities, swelling, atrophy. I don't see any edema, anything there. I am going to, with your wrist out in front of you,
Mhm.
can you bend your wrist down?
Mhm.
Can you bend your wrist back? Okay, now push down against my hands
Mhm.
and push up. Okay, keeping your wrist straight, can you bring your fingers in towards you? And then can you bring them away from you?
Mhm.
Great. Okay, so moving on to your fingers. I'm looking at your fingers, looking for any lesions, lumps, atrophy, asymmetry, deformities. Everything looks good. Are you able to flex your fingers?
Mhm.
Are you able to spread your fingers? Okay. Can you bring them together and spread them apart? Okay, bring your hands up. With your thumb, are you able to bring your thumb to your palm? Bring it away from your palm. Bring it to your index finger. Bring it away from your index finger. I want you to touch each of your fingers individually with your thumb. Okay? Can you hold both in a circle for me? All right, don't let me break it. All right, great. Can you squeeze my hands as tight as you can? Great. And then keeping your hands out, your fingers spread. Don't let me push your fingers together, okay?
Mhm.
Strong, strong, strong. Great. Okay. So that's your fingers look good. Your fingers and your wrist, the tone are 5 out of 5. Moving on, if you could stand up for me. And face this way.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm gonna move on to your lumbar spine. I'm just inspecting for asymmetry, looking for any deformities, atrophy, anything like that. I'm gonna check down your spine to your lumbar for any step offs, any tenderness.
Nope.
No, any tenderness.
Nope.
Okay, great. I'm gonna hold you at the hips, and I want you to bend forward for me
Mhm.
and come back up.
Mhm.
Bend back for me. All right, come back up. Bend to your right.
Mhm.
Bend to your left. All right, now I want you to twist to your right, keeping your hips straight. There you go.
Mhm.
Twist to your left.
Mhm.
Great. Now I want you to go down and touch your toes. Okay, I'm just checking for scoliosis. All right, you're able to come back up.
Mhm.
Now since we're up, I want you to walk to that wall and pivot and come back to me. Just regular walking. I'm checking your gait, your stance, and your swing. And you can come back. I want you to do the same thing, but this time go there on your toes and come back on your heels.
Okay.
And back on your heels. Great. All right, one more time. I want you to go heel to toe for me. Focus on heel to toe. Yes. All right, great. While you're over there, are you able to hop on your right leg?
Mhm.
Hop on your left. Okay. Are you able to with your right leg on the floor and your left leg up, do a small squat for me. There you go. Now do it on your left leg. Okay. Can you run your shin, your left foot, your left heel over your right shin? Okay, and the opposite. Okay, great. Are you able to come back to the couch? And would you mind laying on your back? Okay. So keeping your legs straight, I want you to bring your leg up. So keeping it straight, I want you to just lift your leg up, your right leg. Okay, now your left. Okay, now lift your right up again. Try to push against my hand. Lift your left. Okay. I want you to turn over on your stomach if you're able to. All right, same thing. Lift your left leg up for me. Lift your right leg up. All right, now against my hand. Lift it up, lift it up. All right, lift it up, lift it up. Great. Okay, now you can turn back over and sit in front of me. Actually, I'm gonna have you stand up. Sorry.
It's okay.
And you can stay right here. Yeah. So I want you to bring your right leg out, keeping it straight in front of you. Extend, flex it. Okay, flexing your hip. Do the same thing with your left leg. Okay, are you able to do the same thing moving back? Okay, and then the left leg. Great. Okay, now I want you to bring your right leg and move it out laterally toward your body, abducting it, and the same thing with your left. Okay, and now I want you to do it against resistance. So pull back, pull up, sorry, up, pull to the side, pull to the side, there we go. And then same thing. Okay, one more time, let that leg up, and then pull back against my hand. I'm sorry, you can lean on me if you want. So same thing, pull back. Great, that looks good. So we got through the hips, now you can sit back down. Great. Okay, now moving on to the knee. I'm expecting the knee, the medial aspects of the knee and the lateral aspects of the knee, along with the patella compartment, just for any swelling, deformities, abnormalities, scars. I'm gonna palpate, just checking for symmetry, any deformities. While I'm here, I'm also gonna palpate your popliteal artery. Okay. Okay, great. They are both normal. Oh, and your hips, they were a 5 out of 5 for tone and movement. Okay, moving on with your knee. If you could you extend your foot out in front of you and bring it back? All right. Oh yes, scoop up. Extend, bring back. All right, now the left side. Bring it back. Now do the right leg against my hand. Okay, bring it back. Great. It's my hand. Bring it back. Awesome. Moving on to your ankles. Can you bring your feet up towards your head? Flex your feet up towards your head. Now raise your feet off the ground and point to the floor. Okay. Now bring them up towards your head again. Great. And push against my feet on the floor. Awesome. Okay. While your feet are straight out in front of you, can you bring your toes in? Great. Bring your toes out. Awesome. And for your big toe, can you bring them up towards?
Oh, do you want me to take my shoes?
Yes, you can take your shoes off.
Okay.
The camera needs to see it. Okay, so can you bring your big toe up towards your face? Okay, and away from your face. Great. Now against my hand. Great. Press down. Awesome. All right, so that looks good. Great. While you are here, So I'm going to strike this and I'm gonna place it on your joint of your hands. I just need you to tell me if you feel it and that they're equal bilaterally, okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do the other side.
Yes.
Were they equal?
Yes.
Okay. Can you place your feet back up here? Same thing with your toes. I'm gonna strike it and place it on your feet. I just need to know if you feel it and if they're equal bilaterally.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, moving on with your hands. So I'm gonna have you close your eyes in a minute and I'm gonna either move your hand up or down. Okay, so this is what it feels like moving up. This is what it feels like moving down. All right, you tell me if I'm moving them up or down. Okay, you can shift your eyes.
Up. Down. Up. Down.
Okay. All right, you can open your eyes, place your feet up here. Okay, same thing with your toes. Let me know if I'm moving them up or down. Close your eyes.
Up. Down. Down. Up.
Okay, great. All right, seeing your hands again. Oh, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Okay, great. With your hands again, palms up, I am going to write a number in your hand with your eyes closed, and you're gonna tell me what number I'm writing, okay? So, 8, great. And
L.
number.
7.
Awesome. Okay. And I am going to place 2 objects in your hand with your eyes closed, and I want you to tell me what they are.
A Q-tip
Okay?
and a pen.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So while we're here, I want you to extend your arm in front of me just so we have enough room. Okay, so you're gonna touch my hand and then touch your nose. Okay, 3 times with your right hand. Okay,
So touch your.
hit my hand and then touch your nose. Okay, now with your left.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Wrong.
There we go. And that's it for that. It's awesome. So I'm gonna have you stand up again. I'm sorry. Okay. And we're gonna do the Rumbardt test. So I'm gonna have you close your eyes, and I want you to stand with your hands beside your arm, beside your body, and for 30 seconds. Okay. I'm just checking to see if you are moving or swaying. Anyway, and that looks good. 30 seconds over. Great. Now I'm gonna do the pronator. What we call the pronator test. So you're gonna stand with your hands out in front of you like you're holding a bowl of soup, and you're gonna close your eyes again. And for 20 seconds, you're gonna stand there. And I'm gonna, after 20 seconds, I'm gonna tap your arm. You're gonna tap your arm, and I'm gonna see if the arm drops. So 20 seconds. All right, great. Looks good. I'm gonna have you sit back down again. Well, actually, I'm gonna have you stand up again. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do a test where we're testing the dermatomes. First, we're gonna start with the light touch. I'm gonna test you in 2 areas, the same area bilaterally, and I just need to know if they feel the same. Okay? With your eyes closed. C5. Do they feel the same?
Yes.
T1. And tell me if you feel them and if they feel the same.
Okay.
So say I feel them the same.
Okay.
And then C7.
Yes. Yes, I feel them and they feel the same.
Okay, great. L1.
Yes. Yes. They
Same.
feel the same.
Great. L2,
Yes. Yes, they feel the same.
and then L4.
Yes, and they feel the same.
Okay. S1,
Yes. Feel the same.
S2,
Yes. They feel the same.
L5.
Yes. They feel the same.
Okay, we're gonna do the exact same thing. You tell me if they're sharp or dull bilaterally. Okay?
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed.
Dull.
It's probably closed. Okay.
Yeah.
C5 again.
The sharp.
Yes. T1.
Dull.
Great. C7.
Oh, that's sharp. I can feel that.
Okay. L1.
Dull.
L2.
Sharp.
Yes. L4.
Dull.
S1.
Dull.
S1.
Sharp.
S2.
Sharp.
Yes. L5.
Sharp.
Great. Okay. Great. Now you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Going over the cranial nerves. So we've already tested your olfactory nerve, one during your ENT exam. We've tested your optic and ocular motor nerve during the eye exam. We've tested the trochlear and abducens also during the eye exam with the extraocular movements. The optic and ocular motor were with the pupillary response in the eye exam also. So now I'm going to test the facial nerve, which is cranial nerve 7. I'm going to touch your face with your eyes closed, and you just tell me if you feel it.
Yes.
Okay, great. You can open your eyes. Can you raise your eyebrows for me? Can you close your eyes real tight? Okay, you can open them. Can you puff your cheeks out? And can you smile real big and frown? Okay, great. And then obviously your auditory, the vestibulocochlear nerve. You hear me? Great. 9 for the glossopharyngeal and the vagus. During the throat exam, we checked your gag reflex, if your palate was moving, and also your swallowing. And for the hypoglossal nerve, you're speaking to me, so I hear your voice. And then, but I am going to ask you to use your tongue and poke your cheeks bilaterally. Great. Okay. Awesome. And then going back, your spinal accessory nerve. When you did the shoulder shrugs, let's do that right now, actually. So shrug against my shoulders. Great. And then I also checked the spinal accessory nerves when I applied resistance as you were turning during the cervical spine. So all of your cranial nerves look great. And the last thing that we're going to, before we get there are 2 things that I need to check. It is just continuing with that peripheral vascular. I'm going to check your posterior tibialis. Awesome. And I already did your popliteal. And then I'm going to do your pedal. Okay, great. Wash my hands. That looks good. Now we're going to move on to reflexes. So for the reflexes, I just need you to relax. Okay.
You're at 6 minutes.
All right. So we're going to start with the brachial. Relax for me. Great. Felt that. Saw that. I'm going to grab your arm. Oh, let me do it. So just relax. Okay, I saw it. Sorry, it's a little awkward.
It's okay.
But you're doing great. Relax for me. Okay, I saw that. And now I'm going, so that was your biceps and your triceps. Now I'm moving on to your brachioradialis. And you turn your hand like that. Saw that. Awesome. And moving on to your knee. Just relax for me. Saw that. Awesome. And going to do your Achilles. Awesome. And then doing the right side. Okay, great. Both of those jumped. Even though you may not be able to see, they jump. And then last thing I'm gonna check is your dorsiflexion of your foot. So I'm gonna run this on the bottom of your foot to see if your foot curves down. Okay? Yeah, sorry. Awesome. Okay. And that is the end of our exam. I know it was long, but you hung in there.
Yeah, thank
you.